while account.
While account, yes.
Account, they are about how they are going to manage the money when it is inside the organization.
Almost there. But I'm looking at the difference in this. Accounts, actually, my dears, are talking about the past, something that has happened, something that was already paid, something was already received. So it's a historical documentation of your flow of money. While finance is about, like you mentioned, something that you want to project, you want to look for sources, right? So it's more like when you talk about finance, you're more talking about budget. But when you talk about accounts, it's really about the plus, minus, and it's mostly historical. Something is already done. You are going to report that you have done this, you are going to report you have this profit or that negative profit and so on. So use the right terms, okay? Now, what is another thing that I would like to show is when you talk about profit, you say it's about, this is probably, okay. Let's say this is your sales price against this is your cost price. Okay, so this would be what? Profit? So this is your profit. Okay, that's your profit. How can you increase your profit? From that size, how can you increase the profit? What are the methods that you can use to increase the profit? Sorry?
Decrease the cost.
Okay, that means you decrease, you can reduce by making the cost reduce.
Yes.
What else?
And also increase the sale.
Or you can increase the sale price. Good. So you can get higher profits, bigger profits. Now let's say you cannot increase the sale price because competition is steep. Everyone even lowers their sale price. What do you have alternative? Reduce?
The cost.
Reduce the operating cost, reduce the cost. So it looks like this is the most applicable alternative there is to reduce cost.
Cash flow, isn't it the net worth of the company? Cash in hand.
Probably. I have to look up. But at least net worth for that company.
Is the cash in hand for that company? Because normally we want to know the net worth of the company. So
Usually net worth, you have like your balance sheet and all that, right? Usually people look at cash flow when they want to calculate, when at how many, if you embark on a certain project, when will you get your first money that you can survive with? Okay. So back to this document. So in an attempt to reduce operating costs, now can you see with the picture why you need to reduce the operating costs? Companies are consolidating and streamlining their IT organizations. Efficient processes can help not just streamline IT, they streamline the business as well. Okay? So when you streamline your IT organization, you actually streamline very much of your business process. Because most of the business process nowadays are computerized, internet-based, right? So that is the main reason. Now, what is this? What do you mean by efficient processes against effective? What is efficient, Hamid? What do you think it means? What aspect? learning. Which one do you want to know? Can you define process? Try and define process, a business process. It's okay. What do you think a process is?
About reducing costs.
No, just what is a business process? Can you give an example of a business process? And everyone can help?
Actually doing two jobs in the front.
Define range of time and output. So,
We can actually use like business intelligence.
oh, wow, that's big words. Just go for business process. Please. Business process is actually a set of activities that starts with an input, and there is a goal for you to achieve, and there is a specific ending to it, and you have the output. So, can I say like a sales order is a process? Yeah, a sales order can be a process whereby you have a range of when you take the orders from the customer, and then you process the order, and at the end you come up with an invoice from you. Okay? So that set of activities is a business process. In your library project, did you meet with this processing?
Yeah, also the processes and the DFTs. DFTs is relating the processes to external entities.
Correct. Did you meet with these processes in the library? Okay. So we're not talking about business intelligence yet, just business process. When you talk about efficient business processes, what do you mean by efficient business processes?
Doing more paying less.
Correct. Doing more with less, doing more in a shorter time, because process has element of time and
And if we do it in a shorter time, it means that we pay less because we pay less
Yes.
human resources.
less human resource, less payment for storage, and that is why some people go for just-in-time manufacturing, where they do not have to pay a lot of money for warehouses.
Yeah,
Just
zero
when-
warehouse, zero
That's
warehouse.
right. So just and when they want to fix those things up, and then probably 1 or 2 days only they will have to store, or in fact they do not even have to store. They just go into the assembly plant and so on. Yeah.
How about accuracy?
Accuracy of what?
The efficient processes?
Yes, accuracy cannot not have. I mean, it's a fundamental issue. You can have efficient, but if accuracy is not there, it's also worse. Then you get garbage in, garbage out, right? So it must be accurate. Good. So when you talk about lean here, it says lean and efficient processes are the primary goals. So what is lean? What is lean? You don't know? Do you have a computer?
Lean,
Look up.
Yeah, we should look at it.
Look up. Look up. Okay, that's leaning, yeah? Not that lean. Another lean. I'm leaning on the wall. That's not the meaning. Can't find another. This is not the meaning that I want. This leaning.
we have this like lean and clean,
Yeah.
so doing the job properly.
Try? No, not really. Try some more.
I don't have that.
Mm.
In the library. because
Okay,
it's-
I give you this.
Something maybe small.
Yes. You see, you have a big chunky meat. You know, you eat a very fat chicken. Oh, the chicken is so fat and you very nice, right? As opposed to another chicken that is so lean. You can see the bones. That is lean. That is what is meant here. That means lean. That means there's not enough of muscle there's not enough, there's more bones than the flesh.
Like,
That's lean here. So why does it say lean and efficient processes are the primary goals?
cutting,
see it?
cutting down unnecessary,
That's
unnecessary
right.
functions and activities.
That's right. Cutting down the unnecessary functions or unnecessary infrastructure or unnecessary lights that you can do with 5 lights, but you have 10. That's unnecessary. So when you talk about processes and you want to cut down the operating costs, the primary goal is to have the processes to be accurate, lean and efficient. So lean and efficient. Lean and efficient. Okay? Primary goals of what? Here, primary goals of what? Are the primary goals? Look back at the first sentence. Right, business transformation. That means business transformation's primary goals are actually what, Karima? Accurate, lean, and efficient processes, because you want to, what, Harvey? Reduce cost. Why you want to reduce cost?
Increasing the profit.
Why do you want to have the profit increase? Huh?
Cash flow.
No.
Cash flow. Huh?
Maintain the cash flow.
Okay, some more?
Have more profit.
Yes, why do you need to have more profit?
Image building.
Image? Because you need to survive.
To stay in business.
To stay in business. To stay in business.
Yeah.
So actually, it's a life or death situation. So if you don't do business transformation, you'll die. It's simple as that. But before you get simple as that, I want to have this connection, this association, so that it goes into your brain. So when you answer your questions, or people ask you why you're learning IT organization, IT for organizational transformation, what do you learn inside that class? Oh, it's business intelligence, or it's knowledge management. No. The primary goal of this class actually is to make you as IT professionals who are observant, who are aware of the business survival matters. You are concerned with the company's well-being by making sure that you can support the business by having very efficient processes, lean processes, stop on the wastages, increase on the effectiveness and efficiency. Then that's the primary goal of business transformation. Then why do we learn all these models? And I ask you to look at, to read the assignments on this and that. Why we look at cloud computing and all that?
Some solutions for this.
Yeah, these are solutions, these are alternatives, these are frameworks, tools, models that you can help and think to come up with the alternatives, come up with a good solution for that particular organization. So do you find anything in the library that you can suggest that it can be lean and efficient?
Yeah, several solutions.
Right, so I'm going to see it afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? So now you must have that reason at the back of your mind. Why you're doing all these things. Not just for the fun of it. Isn't it? Fair? Okay. No, because he's 2 steps in front of me.
Excuse me, can
Yeah.
I say something? I know that what you mean, because trends show that IT efficiency is the first goal of the first objective of the IT.
The what, sorry?
IT efficiency.
Okay.
As you gave us the trends of the government, which was it. And but some research show that in the stock market, the companies that their profit is more because of the increasing the sales instead of cutting down the cost, or more attractive to the stakeholders, and the stakeholders prefer the CEOs whose approach is increasing the sales and revenue instead of cutting.
You can. I am not saying that you cannot increase the cost. You cannot increase the sales price. However, this is where we're going to come up to the second element. If we want to increase the sale, what must we give in return? The cost. Okay, we have reduced. We're not talking about reduction on cost. Thank you for highlighting so that I will not forget. How can we increase the sale price?
Increase production.
Increase the production, that is more quantities.
Increase services,
Increase services, increase value, increase solutions for the customer. You see, why do you go to a posh clinic when you can go to a free clinic? Sometimes. Service. You want faster service, you know the surgeon or the specialist is a reliable person. Are you willing to pay the extra?
Yes.
You are actually paying for the utilities as well, right? But what can you say? So meaning that you can increase the selling price, provided you do something else in return. Expectation of the customer. The customer feels that they are paying for that extra, for that facility, for that image as well. Why do you wear Rolex as opposed to maybe no Rolex? Image, not because you want to tell the time. No, the time I can look at my phone, but it's image like, ooh, person is using Rolex. So so the Rolex company buys, actually
for a special
one on
people.
that takes advantage of that group of people who wants to be the upper class, who wants to show their prestige because they have a reason.
Yes.
So it's part of networking sometimes.
A special product for a special group of people.
Right.
Yes.
So we are back with, we can increase our profit. We can increase our profit if we can add with value. Value. And this is why you have this value co-creation with the customers, because you want to actually increase the selling price. By doing that, will you increase your profit? Yes. I'll tell you what, when you go to Giant or Tesco or any of these shops, and you just look at the shelves of even washing detergent, and you look, they're not the same price, isn't it? What do you look for if you are a student? The lowest cost, right? The lowest price, not cost, the lowest price. Then you say, then you look, this is 1 kg. Oh, so 1 kg also. This is cheaper, I take this. Okay? Because I was a student before, right? So, but let's say you don't care about cost. You are very eco-conscious, green tech kind of consciousness, and I say, this one is harmful to the world. Never mind, I can pay extra 5 ringgit for this, so you buy this. It's an actually extra thing because the company claims that it has done certain addition, and you go for that value. Okay. Are we on the same track now?
Yeah.
Right, good. Now, so I read again. Lean and efficient processes are the primary goals, whereas IT is just an implementation tool as usual. In this chapter, I won't go deep into the mechanics of how to do business process re-engineering, but I will discuss business transformation from a strategic angle that is very important for business and technology executives, especially if you want to rise in the IT ranks. Meaning, go back a little bit. It says that we are looking at business transformation from strategic angle. Why strategic angle permit? Why Shahab?
Because with a strategy we can increase the cost and decrease the cost, and we can choose the best path for our to find the output.
Okay, if it is upon 10, I will give you only 5 or maybe 4. I want another answer.
For strategy, by strategy, we know where we are and where we'll be in future.
Slightly better. You know, you have to define strategy first. You cannot assume me, the reader, or the examiner. Of course, I know what strategy is, but you're answering the question, okay? So you have to define strategy. So if you want to get maybe 8 or 9.5 upon 10, questions like this, you should actually just say first, your understanding of what strategic is. So, you say in an organization, they are basically strategic, technical, and operations level. And when we talk about strategic, they are policy level people, and they interact with the environmental aspects. And when you talk about strategic, then you answer like this, whereby they are actually the ones who make the decisions.
By new processes and new
Yeah, I mean, they can impose that.
to achieve is expected.
Right. So why should you look at operations when operations is just about the routine things? But if you do the transformation at the top, at the strategic level, you actually will automatically go down to the operations. Now, if you want to catch a snake, where do you hold the snake? Head, the strategic part, not at the tail or the middle. Then you get yourself bitten, isn't it? Right. So analogically, you have to fight at the most viable place.
So means we are taking the commitment from the top management.
That's why things like say, oh, we must have top buy-in and top buy-in.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you believe it?
What?
That it should be only.
I didn't say only. Should be most, probably better at the top.
But
You can have bottom up, but even who are you? Sometimes.
because I see a dilemma here, and because of
Sorry, I can't hear you.
dilemma, there is a dilemma here that because the top managers know the overall picture of the company, but the person that knows the business processes very well are the lower level
Right.
persons. And I think that they should have close relations to know at the same time overall picture and the business processes as well
Yes.
to read business re-engineering.
You're right. I'm not saying that we ignore totally the people who knows the business. But what we are saying here is that you have to go at the strategic level first. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you cannot lead, it's like a general in the army. Can you, do you need a general in a war? Why? We don't have wars, and I'm not an army, but I know about these things. But why do you need a general in an army?
We need someone to give the commands of where to go, what to do, what to use.
Yeah, because as a crowd, in crowd mentality, you need someone to say, hey, go there. Okay, go there. See? I mean, that is the fact of life, in that sense. So you need to catch those people at the top. Then only you will work with them. Now, there are, of course, instances where you find things like Muhammad is trying to do crowdsourcing and crowdfunding where it's not from the top. But that's a different picture altogether. That is where we shall be having more of this research coming in terms of doing social business. I want you to look up social business for your project. Okay? Now,
And given flat organizations, flat working structure,
yes.
because there is no manager, no personal managers.
Yeah, because they are knowledge workers.
Yeah.
You don't have, in a flat organization, who makes up those people just below the CIO? Not clerks, right? No, but the people who can make decisions, who are experts in their own fields, and who actually are people of substance who can actually know the business as well. Okay, right? Are we okay?
Yeah.
So, do you know business process reengineering in a sort of fuzzy way? Have you seen this word, business process reengineering?
Yeah.
Yes, where?
Like in management books.
Somewhere in management books. Where else? There's a book written by the people who proposed this, Michael Champy. But you know, we will go into that later. But I think you can do your own reading. But business process reengineering, if you happen to sit in one of the presentations the other day, there was one person doing BPR and there was another person doing BPM. It was interesting to see the philosophy in a way. Okay, now BPR actually started in late 80s and it was something like a solution for companies to be more competitive, and the idea is this: you start everything on a clean slate. You do not look at whatever you have, you start new. So it's like a bomb. It's like really transforming without looking at what you have, and you just come on, let's do a different one. Do like that. In a nutshell, it's like that, yeah. But of course, if you read the book, there are of course some variations. But the most impactful when you talk about BPR is the word radical. It's a radical change. Radical, you know what radical change is? Almost like overnight. Yeah, dramatic. You come in a baju kurung. That's a radical thing. You know, I mean, why are you dressed like this? Oh, I feel very happy like this. You know what you say like that. But fundamental change. But when it is an incremental change, it is not BPR. BPM maybe. Incremental change is not a criteria or character of BPR, because it's re-engineering, see? So it's not that popular, and when the word, because it was not popular because many of the BPR exercises fail. Now, most of these fail not because of anything. They did not actually understand the real philosophy of re-engineering. They started slashing jobs, make people go out of jobs, from 5,000 jobs reduced to only 1,000 jobs. So 4,000 jobs are made redundant, and they say bye-bye, you know, you can go somewhere else. But if, according to the owner of this philosophy, of this approach, Michael Champy, he says no, that's not supposed to be the way. If you have 5,000 people, yes, you do re-engineer. These 4,000 people that are made redundant should be deployed, redeployed, give reskilling, and do other things, you know, to do radical things, yeah? But it was not meant to be, and people take the advantage of using the word BPR. I mean, I'm talking about senior management people, and they say, no, we are doing BPR, and then it's almost like a ticket to say, okay, you can go off, you know, like kicking off people. So BPR is almost like a word, you know, like something like people do not like it. So they, some authors propose BPM, business process modeling, business process management.
But business process management, is it the same thing as business process improvement?
BPI? Almost. Both talks about incremental improvements. Yeah? But what is the most, what's the common word between all this?
Business process.
Business process. This one.
Yeah.
Business process. So irrespective of whether it's going to be re-engineering or improvement or modeling or management, go back to the basic of the unit. What is the unit? Business process. So make sure you know the definition of business process.
I knew that, but
yeah, you always
that
know.
is- I didn't know you want to like simple.
Yeah, sometimes they're very unpredictable, yeah. Yes. I take the blame. Now, for this to happen, you must look at business processes in a way whereby, you know, you. Anything wrong? Can I share something?
I said I want to sure he received my DFTs because for project because I don't have. Sorry.
Okay. Now, as an IT manager, you may need to support the business transformation initiatives of your organization. True or not? Yes. Do you need to support only? I'm asking. Huh?
Initiate.
Sometimes initiate, yes. When do you initiate? Still support. Initiate means nobody thought about it and then you go ahead.
Go system.
I think you can initiate when it involves your IT organization. That one nobody will say no because you are the owner of the IT center. And then you make a paper to the board and say, boss, we're going to go for cloud computing. So that's the initiative.
Yeah.
But when you want to usually based on business processes, you probably need a partner, the COO, to do together when it comes with initiating on business elements, business processes. So business transformation usually, almost always, you need to be the grand supporter. Okay? You may participate in the design, redesign, review, and automation of business processes from both the business and IT points of view. You may also participate in transition and change management initiatives that are integral to any business transformation process. So that means you are everywhere, isn't it? You are the design, you are the redesign, review, and then also you are in the transformation. So wow, IT professionals, welcome to the world of havoc. Yes. Yes.
Is it the top level always use the words paradigm?
Paradigm? Paradigm is to talk about something else. Paradigm is like a perspective of what we look at. Okay. I can show you what comes to mind is like this. Paradigm 1. Okay, the old paradigm is I am the master of this class. Whatever I say is right. When you say a definition is wrong, this is my definition. That's the old paradigm. The new paradigm, I'm not the master of this class, I'm just the facilitator for this class for you to have constructive learning by yourself, from yourself. Okay? I facilitate your learning. That's the new paradigm. So,
So a way of doing things.
a way of
doing things.
thinking, approach, view, and we have a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift from the traditional way of teaching to the modern way of teaching. That's a paradigm shift. That's the shift, but just a paradigm means that's the way of thinking of how you look. What's the paradigm of you becoming a parent to your child? You must have a paradigm, isn't it? So that's your philosophy, so to speak. Okay? Yes, companies do have philosophy. They have mission, vision, culture. They can post it on the wall, but there are also organizational behavior that are not posted on the wall but are expected of you. Let's say the organizational behavior and culture of UTM is expected that you come with a decent, fit-fitting decent way of dressing. One of the, I think last week we had a convocation event. I was stunned because I was in a conversation. And then, you know, outside we were inside the AIS lobby, and you know it's a two-way mirror. I mean, it's a glass, and you can see people walking by the corridor. And suddenly, I was disrupted in my train of thoughts was disrupted because I saw someone not in the norm UTM dressing that you expect. So whenever there is an interruption like that, your mind says, "Hey, is this UTM? What's happened? What has happened?" You know. Okay, I don't need to make you imagine, but
Is it so strange?
it is because you can see a lot of flesh.
Flash.
She was wearing just from here. The Chinese girl.
Okay.
So the dressing.
How did security let him?
She was in the car probably. Yeah. So I was. No, because she came probably to
Is it someone?
yeah, as part of the family to celebrate the competition. Yes. Yes. Something like this when you go to a grave for a ceremony of solemn ceremony, and suddenly you are in a clown kind of costume. Would that be a saw in the thumb? Yeah, isn't it? Why did I talk about this? Organizational behavior. So organizational culture and behavior dictates the way you do things. And in business process reengineering, even that is being contested. They will tell you, okay, now, if we really want to go to the moon, this is not the way for us to work. The culture cannot be like this. Everyone must come up with with this and this and this and that, you know. And if I can remember, I think when Steve Jobs initiated to make the revolution from the Apple to Macintosh, that was almost the regime that he did. But of course, he didn't do business process reengineering. But the about 60 or odd people from all backgrounds were camped together, and they had away from other people, just doing innovative. They want to do a design, a new design. Okay? So as an IT manager, you actually cannot be just interested in what you do alone, and I'm just interested in cloud computing. I don't care anything else about business process. I don't care about the finance. I just love cloud computing. You cannot become the IT manager like that. If you want to become the IT manager, you have to like other things. You have to have something that makes you very expert in deeply, but you have to have a breadth of knowledge, and you must seem, your face must seem to be also liking it. You don't say, yeah, I like it, yeah, interesting, then people will know you are not interested. You know, because business people love to talk about their business. So you have to open your ears as well. Okay? Be receptive. Be receptive. You cannot be in your shell. If you want to become an IT manager, if you want to become successful, but if you want to just not be an IT management professional, go into software engineering, go into information security, please, by all means. There you can be yourself in your own shell. Okay?
So this one you have to use other people's shell.
No. You actually go outside the shell.
Oh.
You go in. You do not
Or
need
maybe
a shell.
you bring their shell into your own. So you share.
No. Talk about getting rid of all the shells. But not to the point of you sacrificing your own desire or your own taste, but be receptive of other people's input, other people's flavors as well. So you can then be on a level of communication. If not, you will just be what in Malaysia we call syok sendiri, you know. You are self-elated by yourself. What's the time? 10. Okay, I gotta go. I want you to go to the website. Yes, wiley.com. Okay, maybe www. Maybe. Okay. Now, /go/global/Durban. Now, if you cannot go into this, it's because they put you to the site of Malaysia. You go to site USA. You go to site USA, and then if you do get into here, go to the student companion site. Student companion site. You will then have lots of PowerPoints and cases and so on, and just explore. Okay. And Durban, the name of the person. The book. Remember the book but I didn't ask you to buy the book. Now, if you do not have your computers, then maybe some of you can look up the computers. Some of you can look. This is the paper. Just go through this paper. Look at this paper as well. See the role of the leader and manager, case study, and so on. What I want you to do is go briefly, and when I come back at 11 o'clock, we'll look at this paper as well and what you found on the website. Yes?
It's the great book. The last semester.
Yeah. Can you ask them to photostat one for me? This is mine. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, so that basically is what our class is all about. The rest are examples. Yes, I forgot to tell you. Please, this one you go and have one.
No, I think you want to show something.
Yeah, I want to tell you that actually my instruction is, you see what happened? I used a recycled paper, and then my secretary thought that it was supposed to be both sides. So please ignore the papers, this side of the paper. It is not meant to be part of the lesson.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, it's like
even the font was
what happened? How come there's 2.72? But if it is appropriate, you can read. But it's not meant to be. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So like this. So sorry on that.
No, it's okay. It's we are trying to go green.
Yeah, but you know, I went into sour green.
That was lower.
I'll come back afterwards. Okay.
And after you can tell us more about the final exam.
Please go to the e-learning.
Yeah.
I have uploaded a sample of a case study with answers.
Yeah,
You saw that?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Mini case.
Mini cases, and then yeah. Then what? Yeah, I'm going to talk about the final exam. Don't worry. But before I talk about the final exam, I want to tell you about this.
It's with you if she says
It's
we were recording.